We are back. So if you didn't watch the last video, what I'm about to say is gonna make no sense, but should have watched part 1, you idiot. Anyway, so I have my excuse me, plastic container? Really, you're wow. You're going to jail for that. Okay. You just there. Gosh. Okay. Anyway, the snack I got, the food that I got, is a singular red velvet cupcake. We're doing something special here. Usually I don't have cupcakes. Usually it's on the rare occasions ice cream or cookies, maybe even crackers. I've had cupcakes before, yes, but never a singular red velvet cupcake. And it's cold, too. We're eating good tonight.
Bailiff, what do the results say?
What do the results say?
As the defense claimed, Your Honor, the sword does match the shape of the dead found on the left side of the armor.
Okay. Alright. Why did I peel the
Miss
wrap off?
Devotion,
I usually eat the frosting
do you have
first.
an explanation for this?
Fine, I concede. That sword, it was found at the statue. In fact, it was what started the argument in the first place.
The sword? Oh. 80%.
If it was at the statue,
Just like my
then that must
chemistry
mean
grade.
Turning Page had indeed gone there that night.
Turning?
Huh? Yes, Miss Sykes?
Before we continue with your mother's therapy session, I need to ask you something. Could you elaborate on what happened at the statue exactly?
Well, I found a Pokemon card. My voice just went weird there.
Sure. After Scootaloo and I left the blackmail deal, I wanted to get ahead of her. To
Is
make
this
sure she'd
cheesecake
be okay.
frosting?
So, I thought I'd try and teleport. But the problem was, I didn't know a lot of places in the forest. There was the bog, but that would have meant more time walking.
So you chose to teleport to the statue?
Uh-huh. I figured that, even if I had to walk back along the path to catch up to Scootaloo, it'd still be faster than running the whole way. But when I teleported to the statue, I heard voices coming. I recognized them. They were Mom and Dad's. And they were coming way too quickly for me to charge another teleport. So, I ducked behind the statue to hide from them. But I forgot to take my sword with me. It was too late to grab it.
Oh, and they
I heard
thought...
them come, and when they saw my sword, they began to argue.
Oh, they thought you died. Oh.
Is this? Oh no. No. Please, no!
Fair? What is it?
His sword, Royal. I found his sword. You know he'd never leave it behind. Unless...
Oh, no.
Whoa, hang on a second. I'm sure nothing bad's happened to him.
Nothing bad? Are you serious? We're in the
That's a
Evergreen
shock
Forest.
and the sad.
Nothing good happens here.
Turning's
a shock and
tough
sad.
kid. He wouldn't let himself fall victim to some forest monster.
That's
Wouldn't let
true.
himself- Do you hear yourself, Royal? If anything happened to Turning, it'd be your fault and you know
That'd be
it.
his fault.
My fault?
Why,
What are you
Ellie?
talking about?
Hold on a
Oh,
minute.
don't you play innocent with me. It's your fault for insisting that you do all your trading with him in the Celestia Forsaken Forest. If you hadn't done that...
If I hadn't done that, then Turning would not be ready to join the guard when the time comes.
Oh, no. You shouldn't have said that. You should have said, if he didn't train, then he wouldn't be able to defend himself when dangerous times like these come. You shouldn't say, oh, I'm training him to become a guard, needs to be a guard. No, that's not how it works. You were close, but you weren't close
He's
enough.
a child, Royal. Stars above, how can you be so blind to that?
I'm
Dang.
not blind to that.
Furthermore, do you have any idea how your training has been affecting him? Do you have any idea what he's done? He's got some reckless hero complex now, and I do mean reckless. Earlier, he attacked Diamond Tiara and Silver
Oh my
Spoon.
God, this
You
voice
remember
acting.
them, don't you? Or at least their parents?
I do.
Then you shouldn't be surprised to know that just before you came home, that snobby spoiled rich ransomed us for all our savings. In order to pay for the dresses our son ruined. I had to cancel our Hearts and Hooves dinner just to start saving up enough money to pay her off. A dinner, may I remind you, that had been planned for a while.
I I just want to help Turning pursue his dream.
Ugh, pursue his dream, sure. And how exactly are you doing that? Being away from home all the time.
Who is Diva's
Not
voice
disciplining
actor? Oh
Turning
my
when you
god.
are around.
You're making it sound like I'm the only one who should be disciplining him. You're his mother.
A mother whom he doesn't listen to. A mother whom he won't give even a moment's consideration. All because she wants him to attend school. That kind of mother?
Oh my god.
Even so, fair. You know why I've had to work away from home more this past year. I can't just ignore my duties, especially not now of all times.
So you choose your job over your own family?
That's not fair. It's not that simple.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
This is exactly why Turning needs to be disciplined more, so that he can understand what it means to have more responsibility.
Don't continue to argue.
I gotta pause for that, man. Oh, God, that was. I think Diva is turning into my favorite out of them being written. Like, I feel like Diva's character is written so freaking beautifully. Oh my god. Whew. This damn cupcake is good.
They just kept getting angrier and angrier until
I took the sword that was lying at the scene and struck Royal Order in the side.
Ah.
That resulted in him being knocked into the statue.
You
then
liar. You liar.
Turning. I want to hear what happened after the argument in your own words, without your mother interrupting you.
Please. Oh, no.
Shoot.
Aw.
He's clammed up again. How can I convince him to talk?
Therapy.
Pestering
Red
him
velvet
won't
cupcake.
change the facts, Miss Sykes. It is exactly as I have said it to be. I attacked Royal Order and killed him using Turning's sword. Nothing else needs to be explained.
Objection! Nothing, you say? Then what about the fact that Turning was later found behind the victim on the crossroads?
That is entirely inconsequential to this trial.
Are we sure?
I'll say it again. This trial is to determine Sweetie Belle's guilt or innocence. My confession proves the latter. This trial has gone on long enough with you attempting to take our focus off of that. I demand that this comes to an end, here and now.
I'm afraid
Nah,
you
I'm
cannot
good.
determine that for us, Miss Devotion. The court will decide that when we believe it is most appropriate.
You also seem to have forgotten that we are still technically in the
Yeah,
middle of
yeah,
the
you
therapy
need to talk
session,
about your
witness.
feelings.
Oh, so I'm just witness to you now.
Miss Sykes chose
Yeah, that's
to
not fair,
interrupt
fair.
to both request an analysis and hear from your son. However, said therapy session was not brought to its conclusion and thus must continue.
She's got you there.
Doesn't matter at this point.
Objection!
Sit
To you,
down.
perhaps not. The same cannot be said for myself and the defense, though. Am I correct, Miss Sykes?
Damn straight.
Completely.
Therefore, witness, you will do this therapy session, and you will do it post-haste. There will be no more delays.
Fine. Let's get this pointless exercise out of the way then.
Okay. Whew. So
An
spicy.
argument between Royal Order and myself broke out because we found Turning's sword at the statue. In a blind rage, I used that sword to hit my husband, causing him to fall over into the statue, eliciting a clang.
Oh, that's where the clang came from. Wait, no,
You're
did you say
saying
you
when you
heard
hit
the
your
clang?
husband.
No. You said you heard the clang and you were confused. No, you said that with the clang, you were doing other things. You heard the clang and you were you kind of scared of the clang because you meant somebody else was there and you freaking clang. You're wrong. You're lying.
He made a clanging sound on impact?
Yes? What about it?
I noticed that, while you were saying that, your anger and sadness subsided a little. Meanwhile, your shock remained just as intense. Why is that?
Clearly, it's because I was reacting to knocking Royal Order into the statue. I didn't think I had it in me, nor was it something I intended.
I don't buy that. That clang has got to be the source of why she was so shocked.
What
Why
is
else
with
would
this
that be
clang?
the strongest emotion here?
God.
But if that's the case, then why would she be shocked if it wasn't because she hit her husband? Maybe...
And then he died?
Maybe it was because she didn't think she'd hear the clang in the first place? Because she was somewhere where she wouldn't have thought there'd be any. In other words, she wasn't on the scene when it sounded. And if that's the case...
You appear troubled by the witness's last statement, Miss Sykes. Have you some
Give
kind
me
of
a
rebuttal?
second.
In a manner of speaking? Yes, Prosecutor Luna. When Miss Devotion heard the clang, I don't think she was actually at the statue. I think that, after the fight, she might have run off.
I see. Then her reaction...
The clang.
For her to be as shocked as she was when she heard it, that clang must have been extremely loud.
It
would have
was heard by
surprised her,
everybody.
and she would have rushed back to the scene to find out what had happened. In other words, Miss Devotion didn't make the clang by hitting her husband. Something else did.
And this thing...
What is this clang?
It could only be Turning Page. While Fair was away, he would have come out from behind the statue, encountering his father there. He then used his magic to temporarily fix his sword and swing it into Royal Order.
But why?
Knocking him into the statue and creating that indentation.
Why, though?
That's an awful lot of speculation, Defense.
I recognize that. But it'd be easy enough for us to clear up if we simply ask Turning to...
Objection! You want to ask my son to support whatever you claim your little gadget there is saying?
It's not the gadget, it's me.
Yeah?
And what makes you think I would let him do that? Or that any pony should let you ask him to do that? Isn't there a chance that the data is already skewed in your favor?
I mean...
Witness? What do you mean?
Fair point,
Your
fair.
Honor, what Miss Sykes has said can't be remotely trusted. Her
Remotely?
evidence that Turning Page knocked Royal Order into a statue comes from what exactly?
My
The
brain.
idea that I was shocked by the clang. Shocked because, apparently, I was somewhere else when I heard it? And that evidence comes from a program which only Miss Sykes can access and control. She can tell it whatever she wants it to say.
Oh, she's got the slappy
Knowing
stick
that,
again.
how can any pony trust what she claims
Oh,
that
she's
gadget
getting real.
says? How do we know she isn't just obscuring the facts with her device?
Now, hang on a second. That's not at all accurate.
But it's not
Isn't it?
deniable.
Then let me ask you this. Who else is able to use that device?
Phoenix?
Well,
Maybe.
it'd just be me.
Really? Just you? No pony else? Not your co-counsel?
Well, I mean,
Not
we
the
can
prosecution?
teach
Not
them
the
how to do
judge?
it.
No.
Why would the
Then
judge
you see
be?
my point. So long as the sole party able to operate that thing you wear around your neck remains you, then the court should be under no obligation to take you at your word.
Oh,
After
damn.
all, why should any pony trust some pony who weaves a web of knowledge only they can access?
Dang.
She has a point. In the previous trial, only that human could use that
The weird smiley
thingamajig.
thingamajig.
And she used it in order to get her client declared innocent. Does that mean she's capable of using it to declare another pony guilty?
Fair's really pulling out all the stops here.
Damn.
Just to keep me from pushing
My
forward.
god, the crowd is
It's uncanny.
sounds like freaking mall
She's
at
definitely
lunch hour.
far
My
more
god.
cunning than I gave her credit for. And with her son on the line. But I won't shirk from this, no matter how much she pushes me.
Let's go, Athena. Slam the desk. Let's go.
Even if you have your reservations about the Mood Matrix, Miss Devotion, I still stand by its usefulness in court. And I know I'm not alone.
Luna, kind of
My
support.
co-counsel, Princess
Oh.
Twilight, and Prosecutor Luna
Hey,
have both
Luna.
seen what this device can do. And his honor has as well.
Yes, judge.
If you can't trust me with it, then surely you can trust them.
who I put my trust in is irrelevant, Miss Sykes.
I think it's pretty irrelevant.
What matters is that you have at your disposal something which cannot be scrutinized by the rest of us, not without a certain blindness. A court, in good faith, cannot accept such blatantly biased tools and techniques if it is to conduct itself in accordance with its very principles.
But it isn't blatantly biased. The moon matrix reflects the emotions of those I use it on. It's merely showing the court what you're truly feeling.
Showing us isn't proving it to us. If you want to prove that I felt shocked for the
it is
reasons
kind
you
of
said,
proving.
you cannot just say it's because of what you saw or heard on that thing. Give us evidence. Real, tangible, concrete evidence. But I'm willing to bet you can't do that.
I'm willing to bet she can.
She's right again.
You nugget.
There isn't really anything concrete I can use to prove my theory. After all, there's nothing I can show that proves who hit Royal Order. All we know for certain is that some pony did, with that sword. But it could equally have been fair or turning. Oh, well, I might not be able to do that now, but...
Why don't we ask some pony else?
Ooh.
Twilight?
Who else?
What do you mean by that?
Turning?
I mean, well, if the issue is that we ourselves don't know what exactly happened at the statue, we should ask some pony who says they witnessed it first hoof.
Oh gosh, my headphones about to... headphones why? Okay, we're good. Everything's A-okay. I think.
Of course!
Sugar
Let's ask Sugar Stamp!
Yeah! Sugar,
Miss Stamp,
how you doing?
Earlier, Miss Devotion claimed that you saw what had happened at the statue. Can you tell us what exactly you witnessed then?
I don't want... I mean... Diva, she...
Sugar?
It's fine, Sugar Stamp.
Stampy?
You need to tell her. You
Stampy?
know you have to.
Yes, Stampy. Come on, Stampy.
She's letting her?
Stampy.
Then
You got the Stampy.
I saw it.
Saw what exactly?
Come on, Stampy.
I saw Fair hit Royal Order with that sword.
What?
Stampy, I think you're lying.
No! That can't be right. Sugar Stamp, please! You can't lie to us!
She's not lying, Miss Sykes.
You can't expect me to believe...
Please, just stop! Stop it already!
Oh.
What? Sugar Stamp?
Somebody hug Stampy,
Why
please.
are you doing this, Miss Sykes? I just want to protect my family. The family I have left.
Oh, no.
Why can't you just see that?
Private Eye!
Me? What is it now?
Just think about what you've been hearing. You have to know it's a lie. There must be something you can add to help me prove that. Something you can testify to. An explanation you can give. Anything.
Come on, Private.
I'm sorry, Miss Sykes. What Miss Devotion claims to have happened.
Then, Sweetie Belle.
Sweetie Belle, she's not gonna know nothing. Oh, no. Oh, this is so sad.
This can't be the end. There's got to be another way out of this. There's got to be.
Emotions are high.
None of them will help me. But maybe the last one. Maybe.
Turning.
Turning page. What?
Turning.
Haven't you badgered my son enough for one trial, Miss Sykes?
Listen to me, Turning, please.
Turning.
You remember
Turning.
what you told me
are the boy.
in the lobby before today's trial?
Huh? What he told you?
I can't do that on my own. Not without your help.
Come on,
But you've got
Come
to
on,
speak up
Turning.
and tell us what really
Come
happened.
on, Turning.
Even if it looks like things will end badly.
Let the demon out.
Miss Sykes, Your Honor, I want the defense held in contempt of court for the sheer ludicrousness of their behavior.
Denied.
I killed my own mother, Turning.
Athena!
Oh, we're
Miss
getting
Sykes?
real personal.
What did you...
But instead of me getting the guilty verdict, someone very close to me took the blame. even though both he and I knew he didn't really kill her. For years, I've had to live with that guilt, feeling as it wormed its way into my very being and destroyed any sense of self-worth I had. It took me years to find a way to stop that from happening. Can you imagine that? Years upon years, wave upon wave of crushing guilt, with no end in sight. Unwilling and unable to face the reality of what had happened. That's gonna happen to you, Turning. That guilt will eat you up without mercy and spit you out as a shell of your former self. It'll destroy you, like it very nearly destroyed me.
Oh my god.
But unlike me, who didn't have a chance to prevent that from happening, you have that chance. You can stop the cycle of pain. You can prevent more lies, more half-truths, more guilt. Whatever happened, it took your father from you. But whatever happens now, don't let it take your soul too. Please, Turning, don't do this for me. Do this for your father, for your mother, for Scootaloo, for every pony you hold dear.
Athena.
I shed a tear.
Don't listen to her, Turning. She's just trying to trick you.
Miss Sykes. Scootaloo.
Oh. We're gonna know what happened.
What's that?
It's a ribbon.
It's
I got it
music.
from Rainbow Dash a while ago. It's supposed to represent the courage one has to do something awesome for yourself and your friends.
It's from Miss Dash? Well, I can't take this from you then.
I can't speak, dude.
And
I'm not gonna
besides,
speak.
with the way you're trembling, it sounds like you're going to need it.
No, I want you to have it.
But why?
Well, as thanks for earlier today, and for standing by my side now for one. But more importantly, I want you to have it so that you don't forget that while you're in there, to have the courage to keep moving forward.
Keep moving forward.
To me, you represent everything that ribbon stands for. So,
Keep
as long
moving
as you don't
forward.
forget it, I'll be fine standing by your side.
Oh my god, this music. Oh! Oh! Keep moving
Okay,
forward.
Miss Sykes. Turning? You're right. Only I have the power to stop this from continuing. And knowing that, I should wield that power responsibly.
Great power comes great
No.
responsibility.
Now I choose to use that power to help you.
Turning, no!
Everything you said, Miss Sykes, about what happened that
Real
night,
taught him to take responsibility.
about how my father died, about who swung the sword. It's true.
Oh my god. Turning.
Fair. Wait, don't run off. Oh, pony feathers. Goddess, preserve me. What was I thinking? Fair's been going through so much while I've been gone. She has every right to be upset with me. But is she right? Is Turning's behavior the result of my actions? If that's the case, should I stop altogether? Cede my position, come home, raise him properly? I feel like not even Private Eye would know what to do here. And that stallion's the smartest guy I know.
Turning, what did you do? Oh, I know what you did.
Turning page?
Hold it!
Please, just
Mr. Devotion, what are you doing?
I have been waiting for these answers for far too long, Diva. I don't think you want me to turn into angry mood.
Don't listen to him, him, Your Honor. He's
Diva?
just confused. Confused and trying to protect his mother. He doesn't know what he's saying.
Diva?
That's not...
Another word, young colt. I
Almost-
appreciate you trying to protect me, but you don't need to.
Objection! Miss Devotion, you need to let your son speak. You can't keep skirting around the truth like this.
Can't I? There's no truth here. It's just a bunch of messed up memories of that night. None of it is real.
What do you
It
mean?
is real.
Ice has never
You
been
must come
real.
to
It's
terms
just
with
a
that.
myth.
Your husband, Royal Order, died. That is indisputable. The culprit...
Don't tell me you've fallen for this delusion.
You're the one living a delusion, fair delusion.
Oh, God.
But it is time that you come out of it.
No! I'm not the one in the wrong here. Everybody else is.
God.
My son didn't kill Royal Order. I did. No matter how many times you ask me to explain myself, that remains unchanged.
Athena, look at the mood matrix.
It's off the charts. What the?
Not this again.
Bro.
What's going
It's
on?
literally off the charts.
It's Miss Devotion. Her emotions are out of control. She's overloading the mood matrix.
What are we supposed to do?
Call
The
an
only thing we
ambulance.
can do. Pinpoint whatever's truly causing Fair's emotional rampage.
Oh my God, what do you...
You've given me a brilliant idea, Miss Devotion.
Thank you.
Oh, what do you want?
You say that no matter how many times we ask you to explain yourself, you'll stand by what you claim? Then fine. I'll take you up on that. Add this to your testimony. Explain yourself. Explain everything. Everything about the murder of Royal Order. Fine. Twilight.
Dude, she's
we're going to
crazy.
have to play things a little differently on this one. I don't think we have a chance to just calm Miss Devotion down. And we're far past the point of going back to her earlier testimony.
Then what?
We finish this. In
In one attempt?
we probe the overloaded emotion and find the opening we need to shut Miss Devotion down for good at the same time.
How? Oh my God, this
This
sounds very complicated.
It's the last move we can make.
Can I take down notes? Can I look at my notes?
Then let's make it count.
Right. Allons-y.
Going crazy. We're going insane. Give me some electric guitar. Go zoom.
I'm the one who killed Royal Order. Sugar Stamp moved the body to shift the blame onto herself. Private Eye did the same. He pinned the crime on Sugar Stamp in an effort to help me. And even my own son, he saw me kill Royal, and now he's trying to take the blame for my sake. You have to believe me. They're only protecting the one who actually killed Royal Order. Got it.
Twilight, that was it.
Was it it?
It looks like Sugar Stamp, Private Eye, and Turning Page.
Right. But that's not what we're probing. The root cause of Fair Devotion's sadness is Turning Page himself. Here's the kicker, though. Did you hear what she just said?
That they're protecting the one who actually killed Royal Order, right?
Exactly. Sugar Stamp and
Turning
Private Eye are easy
Page.
enough to explain.
Right. They provided false evidence and testimony, which Fair is saying was done in order to protect her.
But if Turning Page is the one who really killed his father, then the real reason for why those two would have lied to the court
would have been in order to protect Turning Page. But the scope of it, the knowledge required, they couldn't have done this with just the two of them.
Fair
No.
devotion?
They would have needed some pony to
Eva?
wrangle all the parts of the plan together. And I have a good feeling that some pony was Fair Devotion.
Fair Devotion.
Think about it. She wants to protect her son. Now, considering that
I can't wait
how
till the
close
really
Sugar Stamp and
unexpected
Private Eye were
twist
to the
comes.
entire family,
You know what? Imagine there's like a twist, like a twist that turns out it was neither Diva or Turning Page who was the murderer, and it was just some other person. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? I still firmly believe it's going to be Turning Page. There's no way it's not Turning Page, but I swear to God, I'm gonna go insane.
Fair wouldn't have had a hard time convincing them to help for Turning's sake. And now, she's completely distraught over what she's made them do. Even so, that's going to be difficult to prove.
It's Turning Page. There's no way it's not
We don't have any
Turning
evidence
Page.
on hand, and we've gone as far as we can with testimonies. It'll have to come from some pony other than Fair Devotion, and it'll need to be definitive enough to not require any further questioning.
And that will have to be Turning Page. But there's no way Fair Devotion would let that happen. She'd sooner die than implicate her own son. Not to mention that the alternative would be banishment.
Banishment.
Maybe not. Twilight, how close is Equestria's judicial system to ours? Down to the legal codes and procedures.
Are we getting into
I'd say it's a near exact replica. Why?
If that's the
that one
case,
pony's name?
then
I forgot her name.
there's
Why did I
something
forget her
important
name?
that applies here. A
Why did I
clause
forget her
of
name?
sorts that states a defendant cannot be prosecuted and found guilty for the same crime twice. It's called the Double Jeopardy Clause.
Double jeopardy. So you mean even if Turning Page was to be found guilty of killing his father, he couldn't be banished? That's great!
Wait, I'm confused. I'm confused. Stop using your slappy stick.
Fair Devotion?
I can hear you over there, you know. You think I haven't heard about Double Jeopardy?
Wait. She's calmed down. Her sadness isn't out of control anymore. And now she's just mad. Not that I'm surprised.
She's
Are
very
you
angry.
listening? Do you really think Double Jeopardy matters in the slightest?
I would just say yes.
It does. If Turning were to confess to killing his father, he wouldn't be punished for the crime.
Punished not, maybe, in the court of law, but in the court of public opinion? You might as well hand him the elements to banish himself to the sun. He'll be forever branded as the cult who killed his father, and the cult who got away with it. There's no justice in that, only cruelty. Objection!
You kind of
How is
proven
the
Athena's
alternative any
point here
better?
that you're trying to
You
protect
get
Turning.
banished, Miss Devotion, and then what? What'll happen to Turning Page?
We've been
There'll
known
be
as the
no
kid
mother
without
to
a
look
mother.
after him. No father to raise him. Your two accomplices, Sugar Stamp and Private Eye,
Stampy.
they wouldn't be able to help either. On account of the two of them also being punished.
Yeah, who's gonna help Turning?
In other words, if you continue to do this, Turning Page will be left all alone with no one to care for him.
Alone? There's always a chance a family would be willing to adopt.
How much of a chance, though? You said it yourself. Turning will forever be tarnished by the accusation that he killed his father.
Exactly.
Which was your fault, if you hadn't accused him in the first place.
Doesn't matter if it's my fault or yours. The fact is, with the way things have played out, Turning will be hurt by this. By both my actions and yours.
Get slapped. Get strolled on. Slam that
I am willing to admit what I have done will irrevocably hurt Turning. That will haunt me for years to come. But you being banished won't help him either. It'll weigh on his mind for all his years to come too. All we can do now is let Turning show everyone that despite what he did, he's not a bad pony. That he's willing to confess to accept whatever punishment must come. At least that way, against the stigma of public perception, he'll stand out as some pony who's willing to take responsibility for his actions.
This is some amazing
as some pony
logic.
who faces and owns his mistakes instead of running from them.
Faces and owns his mistakes.
Private Eye?
Please.
Why'd you say that?
You.
Dude, slam that desk.
I know you all have been trying to protect him. You may even think you're obligated to. But it wouldn't be right in the end.
It's true.
Justice doesn't come from accepting a comfortable lie. It comes from accepting the truth.
Damn.
Pursuing it.
Freaking
and
truth.
setting it free.
Diva. Sugar Stamp?
Stampy?
It's time. We tried our best, but Athena's right. We can't back away from this anymore.
Diva.
You can't be serious.
Diva.
She's right, Miss Devotion.
I'm sorry, Diva.
What? Private Eye, you too?
I understand what you did. What you had us do. It was all in order to protect your son from the truth. But I do not think that this is what Royal Order would have wanted for his family. Look at your son. He knows that this is the right thing to do, and it is. Enough lies have been woven, enough pain, enough grief to last a lifetime.
Let's not add to them, Diva. Let's stop hurting ourselves once and for all. For Royal Order and for Turning Page.
Mom?
Turning?
It's okay. I knew since that night that this was bound to happen. And I'm okay with that. I'm not afraid.
He's not afraid.
Thank you for trying to protect me. But it's time that you come clean now.
Oh my God.
It's time to face the truth.
It's the truth. Break. Break!
Oh God, is this I just wanted to protect my son, and I failed.
No!
Royal, how can you ever forgive me?
Oh no!
Turning?
Dad, what are you doing here?
We were looking for you. Are you alright? Are you hurt?
Yeah, I'm fine. What were you and Mom arguing about?
You heard that? Well, never you mind. Turning, what exactly are you doing in the Everfree Forest this hour? Your mother and I were so worried.
Sorry, Dad. But it's kind of a long story. You see, a very good friend of mine got into some trouble with these two fillies, Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon.
Trouble? What kind of trouble?
They'd stolen some of her stuff, and they were blackmailing her so that she'd get them something they wanted in exchange. They arranged to meet in the forest by the castle ruins to conduct the exchange. My friend came to me for help, and I agreed. So, I went with her to make sure that she didn't get hurt, and to make sure the deal went smoothly.
You came out here without an adult?
Well, yeah. I couldn't just let her go off on her own. Besides, I wanted to teach those blackmailers a lesson.
A lesson?
Right. A lesson. It's like you've always taught me.
Oh.
Evildoers beware, or taste the might of my sword! I'd say those fillies got a good taste of it, alright.
Oh.
Your sword. It's broken.
Yeah. I guess I swung it a little too hard. Oh,
Royal.
well, nothing that a bit of duct tape won't fix.
He could have seriously hurt some pony. And
Royal.
if he wasn't careful with his swing, he might have hurt his friend or even himself. This must be what Fair meant.
Oh my
His
God,
reckless
Royal.
behavior at home. Is it really all my fault? Have I led him that far astray? I'm afraid I still don't quite fully understand, Turning. You still came out to a dangerous forest armed with nothing but that wooden sword.
Yeah?
Dude, this is genius.
What if you'd gotten attacked by something, like a wild animal? Or worse, what if your friend had?
Come on, Dad. That's why I went with her in the first place.
Oh
Besides,
my God.
I'm pretty sure I can take on any creature in this forest. Your training has definitely proven that. Hi-ya!
Oh my
If nothing
God.
else, it would have proven a great way to test my skills. Hey, maybe you could teach me a few new strikes that only a royal guard would know.
Oh my
training.
God.
Start.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ah. I keep saying this, but oh my God, this is some of the most genius writing I've seen ever. Oh my god.
Stars above. Fair was right. This is my fault. How do I even begin to confront this issue? Turning page. We need to talk about that, actually. Your training.
Oh.
Oh, this is why.
Okay.
Oh.
What about it?
Turning.
Maybe we should, ease up on it for a bit.
Ease up?
Turning.
Right. It's just, well, I know you're still enthusiastic about joining the Royal Guard, but maybe now isn't the best time.
What? What do you mean?
You're not
Look,
ready.
son, there's a lot going on in the world right now. Crazy stuff. Dangerous stuff. Even with your training, I'm just concerned about your safety.
More
That's
to
all.
it, though.
And your mother and I, well, we think it might be better if you focus on something less risky. For the time being, of course.
That's
Though
not
that
the
would
truth.
mean you would have to attend school.
What?
I understand
Oh,
that school
no.
is a bit of a sore topic for you, but you do have to attend.
But what about joining the Royal Guard?
You'll
I'm
still
not
be
saying
able
you
to do
can't,
that.
just that you should wait. Learn some patience. Be a little less reckless with yourself. Show some forethought. That sort of thing.
Are you
Yes.
saying I'm not ready?
You're not ready.
No, Turning Page. You aren't. Not
You shouldn't have said not by a long
not
shot.
by a long shot.
Turning,
How can
no.
you say that? I'm more than ready to join.
Ah.
I save ponies and hurt those who want to do bad things, like Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon.
It's not.
But that's my point, Turning Page. You hurt them, yes. But don't you know what that resulted in? Spoiled Rich demanding we pay for the damages you wrought. Had you not been so reckless as to attack those fillies...
But they deserved it!
That's not for either of us to say, Turning. And even if they did, attacking them has only landed us in a truly dire situation. You can't be this reckless. Not if you want to join the Royal Guard, and certainly not for the rest of your life.
It's a time and a place.
That's why I think it would be best if you do start attending school. If nothing else, perhaps the social interaction will teach you how to keep a cool head.
Oh my, dude.
What? But what about our sparring sessions?
It'll happen some other time.
Does this mean we can't have them anymore?
I'm afraid not. My job in Canterlot is about to be even more demanding of my time. I probably won't be able to come home all that often.
Oh my god.
Much to your mother's disappointment.
Your job? But why? How does working in some stuffy place like Canterlot lead to more work for you?
I'm sorry, Turning. I can't tell you that.
What is that about?
I know this comes as a great shock to you, son. But if you simply listen to your mother and start attending school, everything will play out just fine.
You
I
promise. There's a lot of promises.
Turning?
He's not alright. Run. Oh,
Are you alright?
Turning. Oh!
Huh? What the? Dad?
This has left me truly speechless.
I'm with you,
This
man.
is a grave turn of events, Your
I'm
Honor.
with ya. I'm
I
with you.
expect many of us are at a loss for words.
I am with you
Turning,
fully.
You must have been in complete shock afterwards.
I was. It just happened so fast. I couldn't believe my eyes. I thought he would somehow be fine.
It was the poison joke. He'd gotten infected while looking around Froggy Bottom Bog, and it took effect by the time you had confronted him.
Once I'd recovered enough, I levitated him down from the spike to see if I could help him. But he just kept gushing blood.
Oh,
Everywhere.
man.
The statue, the ground,
Oh,
it was all
man.
covered. I wanted to scream, but my voice just wouldn't come out.
And that was when I came rushing back. Honestly, I'm impressed you managed to piece it together so thoroughly, Miss Sykes. I did run off after a royal order and I fought. And I did come back afterwards.
I'm guessing it was the clang that got you to turn back?
That's right.
Goddamn clang.
Clang. That came from turning, hitting his father with his sword. What the? Turning page? What happened here?
Mom! It was an accident. I swear. I just got so angry and...
Royal? Hang on, honey, just...
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh.
Mom? Is there anything we can do?
No. No.
He's already gone.
No.
I want to cry. But it won't happen.
I'll do it.
You'll...
What?
What?
Turn myself in. It's my fault, after all. And it's the right thing to do.
It's the right thing to do.
Please, just... listen to me. I'm so grateful you're alive, Turning. I was worried that... Well,
What a
You can't
mess.
turn yourself in.
But Mom...
Even if this was an accident, the police won't care. They'll treat it like a murder. And you know what happens to murderers. They're banished from Equestria, no matter who they are. Royal wouldn't want that. He wanted you to become a member of the Royal Guard one day.
Oh.
Throw it all away because of some accident. Please, Turning, I can't bear to lose you too.
But Mom... I did this. Don't I have to pay for it?
Yes, but yeah.
No, Turning. After all, you didn't do this.
Huh?
It was the result of an attack by some of the forest creatures. That's what happened here. Nothing else.
Diva.
And here's how we'll make it
Diva.
Hold up a second, Miss Devotion. Before you continue, I'd like to ask Sugar Stamp something. Sugar
Please
Stamp,
do.
the one thing you've been consistent on throughout this trial was that you saw the murder happen with your own eyes. Given what we know now, could you elaborate on that?
Yeah.
We're getting everything.
I was in the forest that night delivering a letter to Zecora. I meant to fly to her hut right away, but I heard a clang from somewhere in the woods. When I went to investigate, I saw Turning remove his father's body from the statue. I didn't understand what had happened. Not yet. But just as I was about to fly down and ask, that's
Diva.
when Diva showed up.
Diva.
But you didn't leave?
No, even though
It's
I
all
thought I
coming
should,
together.
but I couldn't leave them. Turning looked so scared, and Diva, she looked so broken. I didn't want to interfere with whatever conversation they were having, but I figured I could just watch.
And that must be when you overheard the witness's plan.
Yeah, it's just as Fair had claimed before, but this time, Turning was the one complicit with it.
I didn't want to go through with it, to be honest. But seeing Mom so upset, and remembering what my dad said to me before he...
If you simply listen to your mother, everything will play out
I
just fine.
promise.
I promise.
Promises.
I decided that I couldn't refuse. So, I did as she told me. The first thing I did was move Dad's body from the statue over to the crossroads, leaving the armor behind. Mom followed next to me.
While he did that, I kept watch, flying from tree to
What
tree.
about Private Eye?
The body, it kept leaking blood everywhere, leaving a trail behind them.
We would have continued, but that was when we heard another clang.
Another?
Coming from the statue.
The second clang. The one that Sweetie Belle
That's
made in
right.
order to scare
That's
off
right.
the
That's right. That's right.
Timberwolves.
Blah, blah, blah.
After we heard that, I told Turning to continue to Froggy Bottom Bog, then rushed back to the statue, afraid some pony had discovered the scene. When I got to the statue, though, no pony was there. Only the armor and blood were.
I see. And that's when you must have moved the blood as well as the armor further into the forest, to the clearing.
Freaking
All in order to
everything.
suggest the Timberwolves had attacked Royal Order and eaten his body.
While Mom was doing that, though, I stopped at the crossroads. I was starting to have second thoughts.
I'm sorry I'm
Dad
not
said I should
speaking.
listen to Mom. But still, lying? It felt horrible. But before I could come to a decision, I heard some pony coming. And that...
Who? Who was it?
Was when Scootaloo crashed into you.
Yeah. It took everything I had in me to avoid screaming. But I realized soon after who had hit me. I tried to call out to her, but she was already running away. So I ran after her instead.
Okay.
He'd left the body behind, and that was when I decided to try and help out. I flew down to the scene to grab the body and move the scooter.
Move the scooter?
Move the scooter!
I didn't want Scootaloo to be blamed for Royal's death, so I figured if I could move it, then deliver it to her later, she'd be fine.
Oh, well, that sure worked out.
You mean you didn't plant the scooter at the castle ruins?
Private.
No, I lied about that too. And in actuality, I didn't even get to grab the body before I heard some pony coming, and I had to hide in the trees again.
Then who brought it there? Who made it so that Scootaloo ended up being blamed for Royal's death?
Private Eye? Turning?
That was me, Princess Twilight.
I'm so surprised right now, I don't even know how to be surprised right now. I remember what I said about that twist? Wait! Hey.
What? Turning? How could you?
It was an accident.
Oh, it was an accident.
I tried to run after Scootaloo, but lost her. So I came running back to the body. Once I saw the scooter again, I had made up my mind about what I would do. I didn't want to follow Mom's orders, but I also didn't want to confess immediately. Instead, I tried to frame Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon for the crime.
Frame them?
Okay.
Why?
Because this was all their fault!
Dude, there's
If
so
they
many
hadn't bullied and
framing.
blackmailed the Cutie Mark Crusaders, none of this would have happened!
There's so many. Everybody tried to frame some. Oh my god.
More than that, though, there was still the problem of Diamond's mother, spoiled rich. She wanted us to pay for those dumb dresses. I figured if I could get Diamond blamed for the murder, then maybe Mom and I could leverage the truth to get spoiled rich to back off. If
Oh.
she did, then I confess, Diamond Tiara would be acquitted, and Mom wouldn't have to pay back a single bit. That was my
Wow.
plan, anyway.
That's really smart,
And it
actually.
would have involved teleporting myself to the castle ruins with a body. But I accidentally teleported the scooter and wagon with me too.
Of course, because anything that is in contact with the subject of teleportation will get teleported as well.
Sugar Stamp, did you see that happen?
I did, but I didn't know where he teleported to, so I couldn't help out in any other way. At that point, I decided I'd just go and deliver Zecora's letter, and maybe talk to Diva later about everything I'd seen.
What happened after you teleported, Turning Page?
Well, I wanted to remove the scooter and wagon from the scene. But I had to rest for a second before I could teleport again. That was when I heard some pony coming up the stairs from the
That was
gorge.
Diamond Tiara and
Diamond
Silver Spoon.
Tiara. Silver Spoon was already chasing after Scootaloo and you at that point.
Yep. I couldn't teleport again, so I chose to hide in the trees while she went to check the body. not long after, Sakura showed up, making Diamond hide too. At that point, I realized it'd be pointless to try and remove the scooter and wagon. Both Sakura and Diamond had seen them, so
My
I
gosh.
figured that I could try and meet up with my mother back at the statue, and then tell her about what I did.
Turning no. You can't still insist on turning yourself in at the end of this.
But what choice do we
Turning,
have, Mom?
get it? Turning
If I don't,
page.
somebody innocent will end up being accused. And it doesn't matter if that's either Diamond Tiara or Scootaloo.
But we can still make it look like an accident.
It's too late for that. 2 ponies have already seen the body and the scooter and wagon. Some pony will be blamed for what happened to Dad. The least we can do is ensure that it's me in the end.
Yep.
Because I killed him.
Dude.
The only thing I'm waiting on now is if Diamond Tiara still ends up getting accused.
We'll discuss this later, Turning Page. For now, go home and wait for me to return.
So you were talking about all of this while at the statue, correct?
That's...
I think we've gotten, like, all the answers now. Well, for this specific trial. I'm going to end the video here and start up a new recording for a new part. Just watch the next video if you want to. God.